Namaste, it's the Spiritual Daywalker with your tarot card reading for the next full moon phase from 10th of September until 26th of September. This full moon is going to be in Pisces. So Leo, for you that means looking deeply into your crystal ball of emotions, of how people around you might feel. I feel like you are well off when it comes to that. You've been like growing emotionally a lot in the past few phases, right? But now let's see how you work with a Pisces full moon that is bringing it all to the surface. You know, Pisces is like a battery for emotions, and when the full moon shines on Pisces, that means free flow of emotions. So brace yourself. That being said, it is a general reading, so if it doesn't resonate with you, feel free to drop the message. If it does resonate with you, drop a comment, like and subscribe. We're going to check out a DNA spread. So in the spirit axis in the middle, there is you coming from soul into manifestation and the energies balancing around that axis. Let's see. In your soul spot, there's a 7 of Wands in reverse. So that is your soul like not being as defensive about your leadership position anymore, like coming down a little, right, to like the people, basically, right? You're not fighting for your ideas anymore like this. I feel like since it's in the soul spot, you're very sure of them already, and you're more open to suggestions in a sense, right? You don't have to do it alone. You actually want the people around, right? So that's why it's in reverse. That's why the 7 of Wands is in reverse. You don't want to do it alone. You actually want to know what they need to be with you, right? In your challenge, well, there's a 2 of Cups in reverse. So, well, if they need to go, they need to go. That could also be it. However, 2 of Cups is basically, well, taking emotions to the next level, which most of the time means a significant other or someone stressing those emotions. It can mean a commitment. It can mean balance, especially since it's in the middle of your reading, right? It is in the soul spot. So it is basically you posing you the question how to remain emotional balance within the relationships that you are encountering, that you're dealing with, and when to let go because this is just out of whack, right? So like evolving that game, how to deal with emotionality, especially when there's love involved, right? Or used to be. We'll see. You are manifesting a 10 of Cups in reverse, so there is a lot of emotion going around, and that 10 of Cups in reverse is nearly in every reading right now, and is always in reverse, so people always be like bursting out in tears and euphoria and everything emotionality has to offer. That is like the full circle of water energy expressing itself, and so much so that is actually kind of a struggle, right? So you'll be like, okay, like I do want to be open to this, but actually I cannot really deal with this right now. Yeah, chances are that you actually can't, because there's nothing to deal with. Sometimes shit is just staged, you know. The only thing you can do sometimes is hold space, right? And seems like your soul decided to do that, coming down a little from your high horse, right? But let's see how your experience balances around this, well, manifestation, let's say. Ooh, there is a 9 of Swords. Well, that's where you're coming from. So you're like actually in pain thinking about how to set things right, right? You are making a move. Whether this is like seen from the other parties involved or other party as a move towards them, we'll maybe see in a clarification. But you do mean well, because you don't want this pain, and you don't want this like to stand between one another, each other, like you and whatever crowd or relationship you're dealing with here, right? Remember, it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship in that sense, but it very much is you trying to, like, mentally thinking about how to please those people emotionally around you, and how you can also be pleased like that, right? Well, you helping other people is pleasing for you. So let's see how this balances. Well, Shit. There's a Daughter of Cups in reverse. So, well, a new beginning in love that didn't exactly work out as it was supposed to. Or like yeah, well, an inner child that is not heard, right? And I get that it's not exactly yours. I feel like I get a strong energy from you, Leo, like pulling through this, right? Especially in this September, life is throwing a lot of shit at us, right? But this Daughter of Cups is someone that is very fragile with their emotions, and you being in your head about how to not damage them further, right? Or damage the relationship further. It feels very much like that. Let's see whether the spot of the 3, the Spirit axis, confirms that. Well, there's a Son of Swords in reverse. So you are not moving because you are in your head about how to not kill this little duckling here, right? And maybe that is your little duckling where you're like, I don't want to be seen that it actually hurts me also, right? So it's always from both sides in a sense. Roles can be reversed, but chances are that someone is dealing with their emotions in a way that you are scared to hurt them also, because the moment they explode, you're going to be washed away with them. You have to feel some of those emotions, right? Because you're probably carrying them also. So you are in your head about how to solve this and trying not to make a move before the other one does. Fair enough. In your challenge row right here, surrounding this 2 of Cups in reverse, there's a 9 of Cups in reverse and a Sun in reverse. So your own energy in reverse is what's going to bring the change. Very interesting. So, well, maybe you are the initiator in the end, right? The moment you realize it's taking your energy, you don't feel like yourself. That is the Sun in reverse, right? You're not joyful about life anymore. This is not how it's supposed to be. You're coming from that 9 of Swords into a Sun in reverse, where you realize, well, this is not how I'm best, right? This is not me. So what the fuck can we do about this? There's a 9 of Cups in reverse on the other hand, so there's already a lot of emotion that is not being talked about, and it's all surrounding that 2 of Cups. That is, whatever commitment you're in here, you are trying to be a little more cautious than you might were in the past, right? You don't want to fuck shit up, but the moment you realize it is really making you not feel like yourself, that's probably when there's a little more action. Now let's see in the manifestation how this is gonna work out. There you go. Coming from the Sun, there's a Daughter of Wands. The Daughter of Wands means that there is like some need that has to be, well, put into action, right? So it's basically it's the action card that I was anticipating when you realize the Sun is in reverse. I'm like, I'm not a Leo anymore if I'm like, I don't feel like myself. Actually, I do need to move now. That is that Daughter of Wands. It's like, and also, yeah, I don't know if exactly talking about it, but you're putting shit into action here. Let's see how the other side reacts. There is, well, there's a 6 of Pentacles in reverse, which means there is growth. Good news, there's growth. But there's also imbalance and, well, a kind of a stability that is being withdrawn, right? Like wanting to take something to the next level is not exactly happening as it should be because, well, you're not pulling the same strings. Because you want to pull a Daughter of Wands here, and the other one is or the people around you are still totally in their fields. So, yeah, it is a little about impatience on your side, but wait a minute. A 9 of Swords doesn't mean that actually that you're impatient. It means like you're really in pain. If you don't move here, like that pain is making you realize that you have to move, right? That there's no way around this. Let's see what you're realizing in the spot of the 6 here. That is your spiritual insight, which then takes you back to that challenge, basically. The spiritual insight is the Son of Cups in reverse. Fuck, yeah. Yeah, well, So the Daughter of Cups in reverse, and then later he manifested like a Son of Cups in reverse, that is with the Ten of Cups in reverse. So that emotional maturity you were hoping for is just not there, really. It is like there's a lot of emotion, and there's probably a lot of lashing out where you're like, what the fuck did I do wrong here? You know, and being in your head about stuff, and like, but I only, like, I wanted to like be passionate and like get things going, whatever. And somehow all this emotionality is like, well, it's so much water under the bridge that the bridge is suddenly collapsing, in a sense, right? This is like, this Ten of Cups is like, if it's not coming out, well, it's hurtful, right? If it is coming out, it's still like not exactly super pleasant, but you can deal with it in a mature kind of way. That is you trying to flip that Son of Cups around, where you're like, okay, we both have needs and emotions here, and we're like, or all of us, whatever the situation is, right? But it kind of seems like you've been trying to, well, you got to be honest with yourself on this one, right? It's like, it seems like you've been trying to cautiously give an opening for emotions to be expressed, but been stressing out about it in your mind so much that at a certain point you're just moving. And yeah, no fucks given, in a sense, because you have to, because your Sun is in reverse, and like your happiness is your motivation, your driving force, right? It's your own energy. You got to be true to yourself. So if you're true to yourself, have you held space for people to be heard? And if so, have they used it? If they didn't use it, it's not your fault. Get out of your head about it, right? If they haven't used your opening, just be honest about how you wanted to provide this, how you come across, right? So they don't feel frightened, right? And it seems like they first feel frightened here, the Daughter of Cups in reverse, right? Or like maybe disappointed that they thought it would feel differently, blah, blah, blah. But that Son of Cups in reverse is not actually being frightened anymore. That is just being like bitchy. You know, that is just like, I'm not hurt anyway, you know, blah, 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 blah. Whack, 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 whack. Like this guy here. So make sure that you gave them an honest chance of expressing themselves, and that you like have been able to express yourself calmly and still go for what you truly need, which is your fire energy back, right? And this is, yeah, it's gonna wash over in a lot of emotions right here, but it seems like, well, you did an impossible job quite well here. That's what it seems like to me. So Leo, if that resonated with you, feel free to drop a comment, like and subscribe. Also, if you need further clarification or have a question, I do online tarot readings, so hit me a message through the contact links and the channel links or in the header, and yeah, we'll see what we can do. I'd love to be of service. Thank you so much. I love you.